You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Topping our news tonight, the voters have spoken here on Election Day and they have decided to invest in their students. School referendums for Sarasota and Manatee counties passed this evening. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live from the Sarasota County School Administration Building with more details. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, it is a big victory. A lot of school officials are smiling tonight. It was reason to celebrate for both the Sarasota and Manatee County school districts. Voters approved a $1 million voluntary property tax. In Sarasota County, the referendum passed 78% to 21%, while in Manatee County, it narrowly passed by a 51 to 48 count. Manatee County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Diana Green, is thrilled to see they got the results they were looking for.
I want this community to know how much we appreciate what they've done for us, and the best way to show them that we appreciate them is by being the very best school district that we can possibly be.
This will be the first year for this property tax in Manatee County, while for Sarasota County, this is a continuation of a property tax they've had in place for 15 years. Manatee County will now see $33 million per year for its school district because of this referendum passing, and Sarasota County will generate $56.5 million per year. Dr. Todd Bowden, Superintendent of Schools in Sarasota County, tells us this money is vital for the school district and its students.
Today is a day of excitement, a day of gratitude. This community has once again shown that they value public education, and that's a great feeling as a superintendent.
What this means for property owners is that for every $1,000 that your property is worth, you're going to have to pay an extra $1 per year in taxes. This property tax will provide funding for area schools in a variety of areas, including teachers, the arts and sciences, among other places. And a vote on this referendum does take place every 4 years, so the next vote on this will be in 2022. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Rick, thanks so much for that update. Following up now on a dispute between two Manatee County school board members that was all caught on camera. Bradenton Police completing its investigation and finding no probable cause to file charges. School Board Chair Scott Hope had filed an incident report against board member Dave Miner, citing aggravated assault after the two argued in the parking lot of the school district headquarters last month. According to Miner, he did not see Scott as he was backing out, and despite allegations, he never tried to hit him with his car. New at 11, Sarasota County Fire Rescue is investigating a fire this evening in someone's barn off of Palmer Boulevard and Tom Morris Drive. It was caused by a cooking smoker inside the homeowner's woodshed that was full of firewood. According to the Sarasota County Battalion Fire Chief, when they arrived, it was fully engulfed. Luckily, nobody was home at the time, and that fire was put out in less than 10 minutes. And new developments for a tax for those who live near the Braden River. Many residents opposed the tax and commissioners found a way to avoid it. Over 1,000 residents living around the 33 acres of land owned by developer Pat Neal opposed paying Municipal Services Taxing Units, or MSTU, to help pay for the parcel. Now commissioners have decided that the county will absorb that cost, with the Conservation Foundation of the Gulf Coast raising $1 million to help pay for that piece of land. Brenda Russell, who lives in the area of the park and would have been taxed, says she supports the preserve and is thinking long term.
There's a lot more people that value preserving green space and protecting the environment and leaving a legacy for our kids and our grandkids. Long after we're gone, that preserve will be there.
The selling price for that piece of land is $3 million. Hundreds of high school students from Sarasota and Manatee counties taking part in the second annual construction rodeo today. The event showcases information on careers in construction. This as many area builders currently face a shortage of skilled workers. More than 30 local businesses and speakers attended, and last year, numerous students were given apprenticeship opportunities or jobs after the event.
And it brings the kids together so that they can actually access the equipment, do some hands-on projects, as you'll see, and really to get to talk to the people in the field and get a good feel for what their job could be in the future.
If you want to go into a career, they're going to show us how to do it first. Like, some students will go in and think they're scared, but really, they're going to show us how to do it, show how easy it is you can become and do this career.
About 400 local students attended. High school students can actually learn a lot of these skills hands-on at no cost and then decide if they'd like to pursue it as a career after graduation. Well, certainly an interesting day here on the Suncoast. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast tonight and what we can expect tomorrow. Bob?
Several severe thunderstorm warnings played out in Manatee County earlier today. Also a tornado warning for Highlands County in our interior portion of our viewing area. All that occurring as a result of this cold front, which continues to move well to the southeast of us now. Very heavy rainfall, even winds gusting as high as 73 miles an hour at a site just to the north of Anna Maria Island today. No significant damage here. There were some sporadic power outages mentioned into parts of Manatee County, but a live look at the radar not showing anything around. It will stay that way too. We do have a small craft advisory in effect. That's through 11 o'clock tomorrow. On top of that, a rip current advisory in effect, and boy, a major winter storm, the fourth in a row now of a nor'easter. You can see the area in pink. That's all a winter storm warning right now. On top of that, there's another one. We'll show you that possibly coming next week. More on that and our weather coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Well, as Bob mentioned, today marks the first day of spring, but there's no hint of sunshine or warm weather up north. The waves were chest high in Ocean City, New Jersey today, who might get hit by a fourth nor'easter. And the Jersey Shore also facing possible flooding damages, and the rest of South Jersey having its own road problems as surfaces will be icy at first and then slushy once the snow starts accumulating.
Recommended residents stay home at this time. Best way to do it is avoid unless you need to be out on the roadways.
Forecasters say parts of New Jersey could see up to a foot of snow from the nor'easter. New at 11, Austin authorities say the two explosions that happened earlier today are not related to the 4 previous package explosions. 2 people have already been killed, several others injured in the previous attacks. The previous 4 package explosions all happened in the state capital of Austin. And it was there that an additional suspicious package was found at another FedEx facility today, hours after the detonation, about an hour away.
We're confident that neither this facility nor any location in the Schertz area was a target.
More than 350 special agents from the FBI, ATF, and forensics investigators from Quantico, Virginia are on the case, hoping to find those responsible and put an end to the attacks. In Florida politics tonight, the state's Constitution Revision Commission shuts down a bill that would stop funding for tobacco-free Florida. Opponents of the proposal say the anti-smoking initiative has been a success, with the smoking rate dropping from 21% to 15.8% since the tobacco-free Florida program was created.
I live in a neighborhood where kids see those ads and they say, "Oh my God, did you see that lung? How terrible it is." And I'm never going to smoke. So I'd just like to know, why is it that you feel that we need to take that out of the Constitution?
To weigh in on
the commission is currently narrowing down a list of proposals that could go on the general election ballot in November. New developments in the bridge collapse that happened in South Florida last Thursday. New documents showed that there was a key design change that put the construction of that bridge behind schedule. This schedule and design change also put the bridge millions of dollars over budget. Now it's unclear if that design change contributed to the collapse. However, a second lawsuit has been filed in that deadly bridge collapse by an FIU student who was driving by the school when the bridge fell and crushed the back of her car. Another survivor filed a lawsuit Monday against the companies involved in designing the bridge. The families of 2 men who were killed said Tuesday that they will file wrongful death lawsuits later this week. New developments out of the high school that was gunned down last month in South Florida. Florida Governor Rick Scott now offering highway patrol troopers to help secure Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. This comes after several students were arrested and the school's resource officer was suspended for allegedly falling asleep on the job in a marked police vehicle. One student is accused of pulling a knife out of her bra during a fight. Another allegedly displayed a knife on a bus, and a third student making a threat on social media. A gunman killed 17 people at the Parkland School just over a month ago in one of the worst mass shootings in modern U.S. history. Governor Rick Scott wrote a letter to the Broward County authorities offering those troopers. He said he had heard from parents of students at the school, including the parents of victims, and they are still concerned about safety. And if you've donated to the Parkland shooting victims and their families, you may be eligible for a tax deduction. Today, Senator Marco Rubio introduced a bill that would allow tax deductions for donations to groups supporting Parkland families. Specifically, the bill would treat organizations that collect cash contributions for the victims' families as charities. And a teenager here in Florida is being called a hero for saving a boater that went overboard this weekend. The elderly victim ended up in an alligator-infested lake near Port St. Lucie, but the teen did not hesitate to help. Take a look.
Basically, I put this on first, the life preserver, and grabbed my board, and I just ran as fast as I could out.
When he came in, swam, I don't know if he's an Olympic swimmer anyway, to tell you the truth, but he seems to be coming pretty fast.
Because of his life-saving actions, he will now be honored as a hero by St. Lucie firefighters tomorrow. A ferry business is rallying support to start a service from St. Petersburg to Anna Maria Island. Right now, the only connection between the two areas is often congested roads. Corey Hubbard and her family have run Tampa Bay Ferry since 1928 and say that service would hold up to 49 people starting in the morning every Wednesday and Saturday. All they need now is the city's approval to use the dock at the Waterline Marina Resort. Hubbard says for her, she just wants to help.
This is a perfect opportunity. We come right into this inlet, we dock our boat here, pick up and drop off twice a day. We would be more than privileged to access it here. The construction of this hotel is incredible, and we'd be thrilled for the opportunity.
The city says it still needs to discuss with Hubbard where riders would park since there is not enough space at the resort. They are set to talk about that issue at a workshop in late June. Stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, Walmart is trying to make it easier to set up the equipment you buy at their stores. We'll show you how. And a new method of birth control may soon be on its way, but this time it's for the guys.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
right, so that crazy weather we had for a few hours today, you know, we made it through. It wasn't
yeah,
too bad.
it was pretty typical for a non-El Nino year. You know, a couple years ago when we had El Nino, boy, we had a lot more severe weather days during the winter, and also the storms were a little stronger. This one was still strong, don't get me wrong, but nothing like the couple of years ago when we saw those tornadoes move through Duet and then Siesta Key as well. We had some winds gusting as high as 72 miles an hour, but things cleared out of here shortly after 5, 6 o'clock, really. And you can see from the Casey Key webcam, it was a nice sunset tonight, and then it turned dark and clear skies. You see the moon right there, in fact, setting over the Gulf of Mexico. Viewer photos sent in. This one was before the storms rolled in. This is James White looking over the North Sarasota Bay area. Boy, a very ominous looking storm front there associated with the prefrontal trough that moved on in. And as far as rainfall totals go, we saw a lot of rain in Manatee County. I know some people in Sarasota are going, I didn't get a drop. In fact, just a few sprinkles. Well, that's what happens sometimes. These fronts kind of push east. The big storms, the first part of the energy, and then it falls apart, and the outflow from the first front creates another one, but that usually occurs a little bit further south, and that's what happened today. Nearly 3 inches in northwest Braden, at least estimates from the Doppler radar site, 2.4. Anna Maria Island, 3.2, just to the west of Parrish, and 1.5 in Onico. You saw that little dry spot there. And then north of Inglewood, 1.4. Near Warm Mineral Springs, they had over 2 inches of rain estimates. And you can see, again, that's where it kind of died out, that front, and heavy storms traveled east. This particular line did produce a tornado shortly after 6 o'clock, and that pushed off to the east into Highlands County. So here's the weather headlines. This is how they read. A windy Wednesday ahead. We're going to see breezy conditions and winds gusting as high as maybe 25 to 30 miles an hour, and they will eventually switch more to the northwest. So cool through Friday. We're looking for very chilly temperatures, well below average. And ironically, this is the first day of spring. The first full day is tomorrow. Warmer weekend ahead, though. Get ready for temperatures back in the mid to upper 70s by the weekend. Well, our current conditions, it's still pretty warm out there. 70 degrees, winds out of the west-northwest. Once we get rid of that westerly feature, which will happen tomorrow, we'll start to see some cooler temperatures settling in. The pressure is back on the rise now, 29.88 inches. High today was warm before the storms arrived, 81 degrees, and this morning's low was 70. Not really a lot to show you on the futurecast. We're looking for a few clouds around. You'll see clouds every once in a while pick up here. That's associated with some secondary frontal systems, which will keep us on the cooler side right through Friday, with temperatures only in the mid to upper 60s, I think, through the Friday, and then back into the mid to upper 70s, as I said, later on. And there may be a lone shower, but there's just not enough moisture in the atmosphere to give us a shower with that secondary front coming to late Wednesday. Winds will be strong out of the north-northwest, and they'll turn more northerly on into Thursday. You'll see that anywhere from 10 to 15, gusts as high as 20. And then out of the north, continuing on Thursday, looks like the coldest morning will be Friday. The big storm gathering strength now over the mid-Mississippi Valley. You can see all the watches and warnings. Every area in pink is a winter storm warning, meaning it's going to happen from, again, Massachusetts southward through New Jersey and New York, and also looks like on into much of Pennsylvania. And get this, I want to show you this real quick before we get to the forecast. There's another storm system that could develop. Here it is, March 26th, next week, Tuesday. Looks like a hurricane out there. Well, it's still, at this point, a little bit further east, but you never know. It could shift a little bit further off to the west and cause yet a 5th nor'easter there. A small craft advisory in effect for boaters all the way through Thursday. More than likely, they'll reissue it tomorrow for Thursday, too, I do believe. Here's the forecast for 7 days. First alert weather day tomorrow because of the rip tides. On top of that, windy conditions, small craft advisories in effect. Temperatures into the mid to upper 60s right through Friday. And then we get back into warm spring weather, mid to upper 70s on Saturday and Sunday. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Bob. In consumer news, we all know buying a TV is only half the battle. Setting up is the difficult part. That's why Walmart is now partnering with Handy, a home service app to offer installation and assembly appointments to customers buying TVs at the retailer's stores. You will have to pay for that Handy appointment, but it's as simple as booking when you're at the Walmart checkout line. United Airlines says it's putting a stop to the shipping of unaccompanied pets on its flights. The airline said effective immediately, it will stop accepting new reservations for its Pet Safe program. The suspension does not affect pets accompanied by passengers in the cabin. United says they are conducting a thorough review of their program after recent mishaps. Just last week, a French bulldog died after a flight attendant told its owner that it needed to be put in the overhead luggage bin. A few days later, a dog that was supposed to go to Kansas was mistakenly shipped to Japan. And a mix-up with Delta Airlines sent this puppy on a cross-country journey over the weekend. The dog's owner says he tried to call Delta after his dog did not arrive on a flight to Boise, Idaho on Saturday, but was not able to get a hold of anyone in customer service. Delta says there was a mix-up somewhere, and the dog ended up spending Saturday night in a kennel in Detroit. Then come Sunday morning, the puppy was flown to Minneapolis, but then Delta once again said it misrouted the puppy to Las Vegas. It was then put on a plane to Salt Lake City, finally making it back to Boise on Sunday night to its owner. The airline now investigating. The world's last male northern white rhino has passed away. 45-year-old Sudan was euthanized at a conservation park in northern Kenya after battling infections and old age. His two offspring, both female, also live at the park. They're now the last two known remaining members of their species. And researchers say male birth control pills could soon be a reality. Researchers say the pill could reduce testosterone and other hormone levels responsible for sperm production without causing any serious side effects. Researchers say the sample size for the most recent study was small, however, so there would need to be more research to assess any potential side effects. Well, stay with us. Sports is coming up next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new tonight with the smart and funny Katie Couric.
Yeah.
And
here we go, Jimmy.
Katie takes Jimmy on a wild ride.
Go get him, Tiger.
Plus comedy master Judd Apatow in The Decemberist. Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Why do that?
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone. Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Why kids think of females when asked about scientists, details in Health Smart.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now, sports.
After clinching a playoff spot over the weekend, the Tampa Bay Lightning are back to work tonight. The Bolts in search of their 50th win of the season, hosting Toronto tonight in Tampa. The Lightning go down 3-0 in the second period before scoring 4 unanswered goals to the top Maple Leafs, 4-3. And there's just one spring training game here on the Suncoast tomorrow. From Port Charlotte, the Rays will host the Red Sox at 1:05. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers when we come back.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call. Let us give you some peace of mind.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The 2018 Sarasota County Fair is set to begin March 16th through 25th. This year, there'll be rides for everyone, thanks to Bell City Amusements. Experience your favorite entertainers, along with some new and exciting acts, like the Tiger Encounter, the Kachunga and Alligator Show, comedian ventriloquist Steve Brogan, plus our new and exciting SRQ Schools at its best. And remember, ride armbands all day, every day. The 2018 Sarasota County Fair, March 16th through 25th. See you there.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Michelle Obama is so popular that she needs more space. The distinctive Amy Sherald painting of the former First Lady has relocated to a different part of the Smithsonian due to high demand. Last month, the museum saw its highest number of visitors in 3 years. And just a few weeks ago, an image of a 2-year-old girl staring at Mrs. Obama's portrait went viral. That photo captured the attention of the former First Lady, who invited the child and her family to her Washington office for a dance party, and it certainly looked like they had a great time at that dance party.
A lot of people saw that photo as a result of that child looking at. We are looking at some better weather tomorrow in terms of no rain around. Here's a look at the 4-hour forecast. You'll see it at 7 a.m. Looks good, kind of cool, but will be windy throughout the day. A small craft advisory in effect by noon, up to 64 only, 66 by 3. Not bad, but with that wind going strong, it's going to make it feel a little bit cooler there. And be sure to tune in to Good Morning Suncoast. Tomorrow morning, meteorologist John Scalzi will have more on that fourth nor'easter that'll be still raging across parts of the Northeast. And here's a look at our 7-day forecast. So first alert weather day tomorrow due to the small craft advisory and also rip current advisory. It stays windy on Thursday. Warms up though for the weekend. Looks nice.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one.